congratulations to all players, support staff from both clubs for their efforts both on and off the field. Let's give both teams a big round of applause for getting to the grand final. Now, for those who aren't aware, this year with our Youth Awards we went virtual, which means that we went online and we've been unable to hand our medalists this year their medals. So, starting off, we want to award to Grace Whitaker, if she'd like to come up, the leading goal kicker of the year for the under-18 girls. Grace Whitaker. And she is the leading goal kicker for under-18 girls for the 2021-22 season. Alright, and we will hand over the best and fairest medal for the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season for under-18 girls is Emma Stark. Alright, congratulations to both of us for a terrific season of football. We will now move on to the Best On-Ground medal for the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Grand Final. And this year's Best On-Ground medal goes to Southern District's number 6, Casey Marsden. Alright, big congratulations. We now ask Russell Nichols to come up and say a few words.
Southern District's well done. I have no doubt next year we'll be seeing you here again for the grand final, and I'm hoping the outcome's going to be a little different. I'd like to say thank you to the NTFL, AFL. Thank you for putting on a great competition this year. To my girls, we didn't give up. That's not what we do, we don't give up. And I can tell you now, we scared them in that last quarter. Okay? Stick together. Next year we'll be here, and we'll be holding that thing. Alright? Thank you for the crowd to come out, support us. All the opponents from Magpie support us. Thank you. Lane, well done, mate. Two old Southern Districts boys, coaching. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now get Lee Waterbury, the coach of the Under-18 Girls Premiership team.
Just like to thank Palmerston for a cracking game. Because that's what we got to look forward to. Young ladies play footy. It's very much a spectacle that people are going to want to come and watch. It's definitely put it up to us. I knew you were going to come at us, and you didn't let anyone down by you let the supporters down, you didn't let yourselves down. You really had a crack. To my young ladies, we stuck with the process that we've been working on for the last 3 years. I know they hate to talk about the process, but it works. I couldn't be prouder than all of you, so I said that in the room. I didn't need to win this game to be proud of you guys. Everyone stood up for themselves, stood up for your teammates, and I just couldn't be proud enough. All our supporters that have come out, thank you very much. All the support from our president right down, the water carriers that come out every week, my runner, my scrapper top, Kim, team manager, fantastic. I'd also like to thank the umpires, AFL team, for putting on a good show tonight. But, you girls did this yourself. Didn't work. What? Oh. That's what happens when you do the very much.
We now get League top level and independent league as they receive their premiership medal. So I'm joined by Lisa Roberts over here. If you want to step here, League will go around the other side, I think you like. Lisa Roberts here, multiple with medalists, multiple times represented the Northern Territory, who will be handing over the premiership medallions today.
We've got this young lady, number 1, Amber Wangmar, on transfer from Junction Village. You want to start? Number 2, Amber O'Sullivan. Amber. Number 3, Jeremy Evans. Number 4, Casey Martin. Number 7, Jamie Schubert. Number 8, Grace Whittaker. Number 11, birthday girl, Lily Harden. Number 12, Nikaya Seaton Scott. Number 13, Rania Hewitt. Number 14, Tyler Rogers. Number 15, Laura Harvey. Number 16, Georgie Campbell. Number 10, Gracie Buskerjack. Skip the number there. Number 17, Brooklyn Tarrant. Number 19, Jade Ehrlich. Number 18, Sophie Berry. Number 20, Bridie King. Number 22, Ryan Kinner. Number 25, Sonia Bailey. Number 26, Kiara Pritchard. Number 4, Lily Blytho. Holding in Suspenseville. Sorry, the same myself.
Alright, and of course one more medallion for our premiership coach. And if we can have the captain or captains of the under-18 girls props to come up. We will hand over the official cup, the premiership cup and the flags. Alright, coming up again, girls, come on your official photo, girls. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Premiers. Please say this is Scott. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, your 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Girls Premiers, the Southern District Props. We are now moments away from the Under-18 Boys Grand Final. Stick around, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. We'll be back shortly with the Under-18 2022 TIO NTFL season. first bounce, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to grab something to eat, something to drink from a kiosk, and buckle in for a ripping game of finals footy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moments away from the under-18 boys grand final. Now, before we get underway, AFL Northern Territory and the Northern Territory Football League would like to acknowledge the Larrakia people as the traditional owners of the Darling region. We pay our respects to Larrakia elders past, present and emerging. It's an absolute privilege for AFL Northern Territory and the Northern Territory Football League to play the game we love on Larrakia country. If you could please now be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem.
See Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin on beautiful Larrakia country for the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Boys Grand Final between Nightcliff and St Mary's. My name's Liz Cruz. Joining me in the commentary box, Stu Davis. Stu, this should be an absolutely cracking grand final.
Should be a beauty, I reckon, Liz. Nightcliff came the direct route, and St Mary's have come from 5th place and played some terrific footy in the final, so should be a great contest and no love lost between the teams, as we'd expect, as Nightcliff get the first clearance, but there's a free kick being paid. It's St Mary's free kick in the centre of the ground, and it's going to Isaiah Baldock.
A player who pushed up for his Premier League debut this year for St Mary's in the Men's Premier League. Good mark there, though, down back by the Nightcliff player. Stanley Cox, the captain of Nightcliff. Good intercept mark there at centre-half back, and he brings the ball grandstand side and out in front. The athletic Jaden Bilwell takes a nice mark in front. Saw him in that first ruck contest get really high. And now he just chips it high down towards half forward. Chipping across the back for Saints was Blake Gilbert. Took a nice mark out the back, and he's looking to bring the ball grandstand side and finds Kobe Hodges. And Kobe Hodges is a player I expect to stand up and have a big game tonight, Stu. He's been in great form in the finals. Yeah, really important to what Saints do, moving the ball forward. And Balajo there just couldn't take the ball cleanly as Nightcliff bring it away from defence again. Bilbo got that kick down, but it's been forced over the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in just by the Nightcliff interchange gate. So the coaches tonight, Ben Fennell for Nightcliff and Jared Livingston for St Mary's. Pretty sure they both work together at Clontarf as well, the two coaches. Good rivalry to have. So the ball slips over the back from that boundary throw in. Baldock caught with the ball but managed to get it free. There's plenty of players around the ball and a bit of a scrum there, and we'll have a ball up once again as Parker Fawcett stands up with the ball and hands it back to the umpire. So Nolan in front gets the hit out down. Hodges there wrapped up with the ball, and we'll have a restart again. Great crowd in tonight by both clubs. Really exciting future for these two clubs. Of course, Nightcliff Men's Premier League dipped out of the finals race last week, and St Mary's are in tomorrow's grand final in the Men's Premier League. An opportunity for Nightcliff early in the game, over the back, running into the open goal, and he's put it through, and I think that's Phoenix Joe Poole. He ran onto that one, kicked that goal. It's they took the ball from the clearance. No, it's not Phoenix Joe Poole. In fact, it is Xavier Singh-Lippo, of course, and he just got himself in a one-on-one and worked his opponent under the ball and then ran onto it and kicked the opening goal of the game. An exciting player. Yeah, to get a goal in the first couple of minutes of a grand final is always a good start for your team. They are a bit hard to see those numbers on the back of the Nightcliff jumpers, Stu. So commentator, 3 years, Liz. I know the under-16 boys grand final last weekend. It was very hard, but Nightcliff are on the board early. 3-minute mark of the first quarter. So the bounce just drifts outside of the larger of the centre circles, so we'll come back for a restart, a throw up. So we saw Noah Zimmerman Nolan dominate the ruck last week, but he's got his hands full here. He's got a really athletic opponent in Bilbil, who looks like he has a huge vertical leap. Got his hand to the ball, and anyway, Saints have won the clearance. It's down to half forward, but Nightcliff doing the work back there. The tackle's applied by Hodges down there, a strong tackle, and he'll be rewarded with the free kick. He's trying to play on from in front of the mark. That won't be allowed, and he'll have to go back. Wearing the famous number 29 for St Mary's that was worn by Peter McFarlane Noodles for a number of years. Played in about 8 or 9 premierships in the Men's Premier League. He's got a big boot on him, Hodges. Not sure if he'll get the distance or he'll look to pass off. He's got some players in the middle, and the kick was okay, but just went through the hands, and now the opportunity again for Cox for Nightcliff. Tidies up across the back and kicks to the outer side of the ground, trying to keep the ball in out there, and well read by Broadway for Saints, who kicks the ball inside forward 50. Mark almost taken there, but not paid. And now players wrapped up on the ground, and it's going to be a ball up once again. So Nolan wins this hit out
down to the advantage of Bowden, but he was tackled as soon as he took possession of the ball. Saints across half forward, just trying to find some space to get the ball onto boot, but they're getting wrapped up pretty quickly. This time a hand pass comes out from Broadway again, but Nightcliff tidying up. The kick is marked and play on straight away. It goes into the top of the goal square, and some good work down there. Gets a hand pass across. It was Ullman got the hand pass across to Johnston, but Johnston was off balance and kicked it out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket. And Matarazzo will take the free kick in the back pocket for Nightcliff. He kicks outside defensive 50 and ball on the ground. They're trying to work the ball through the hands, but they're under plenty of pressure. Managed to break free there, and then another good tackle plans the call as the ball spills free. Moo kicks inside the centre square, but this one's chopped off at half back.
Moo looks just like his older brother Ryan, doesn't he? Yeah. Nightcliff star in the seniors. Xavier Vallejo out there on the wing, puts the burners on. He's going to have a shot on goal here. Going to miss to the left.
Yeah, really was an opportunity to score a goal there. You would expect Vallejo to score those most of the time. He broke away from his opponent and then steadied, and but it was a minor score only, and Nightcliff bring the ball in grandstand side. Armat in the marking contest there, but the ball spills to ground, and running away Harry Carter got caught with the ball, hand passed over, but again Saints around the ball with Nolan hand passing over the top. He's going to be in the action again here. He's tackled as he picks up the ball, manages to shrug it free, and now Bilbil hand passes forward. Looks to run on himself again, but his teammate Moo came in instead, and now John Dew gets caught with the ball for Nightcliff. Play on's the call again, and umpire's just letting it go out here as eventually it tumbles over the boundary line. Another boundary throw-in.
Beat me to it, Stu. I was just about to say the umpire's letting a lot of it go, so both teams are cracking in, which is a good sign. Already up to almost the 7-minute mark of this first quarter here at TIO Stadium.
Just 1 goal to 1 point. We're on the wing. Nolan uses his strength well to get his opponent out of the way. Bowden gets a quick hand pass forward, but Nightcliff through the hands, but nothing clear. Hook around the corner. They've got players lining up here as the mark's taken by Orr for Nightcliff. Is called to play on now. He's put himself under pressure, manages to break the tackle and run free, and then kick long into the forward 50. The ball goes over the top. The mark's been claimed.
Didn't pay it. But yes, he did. He has paid the mark there. Geez, there's some talent on display tonight, though, Stu.
Oh, yeah, certainly is. Yeah, there's obviously the next batch to play Premier League football, and some of them already have played Premier League football, and this is Xavier Sinwipo again in the action, looking dangerous up forward for Nightcliff already. Yeah,
well, he was last season's Abala medalist, so he obviously can play and obviously should push up to seniors next year. Good kick off the boot, but it's going to go fade away to be out of bounds on the full.
It just drifted right away, didn't it?
It did. So 10-minute mark of the first, 8-minute mark of the first quarter. Nightcliff should be now 1 straight goal to St Mary's, just the one behind. As that player jumps back over the fence with the ball up the Michael Longson end.
So Brendan Nathaniel it is who brings it in, has a free player in Gilbert, straight up the ground. Gilbert looks to switch to the grandstand side of the ground, goes over the head of Armat, and that's going to trickle away from him. So a bit untidy by Saints in defence there, and Armat better be careful kicking the ball away like that as well.
Wasted opportunity there for St Mary's. Really should have cleared that out of the back line, but an opportunity for Nightcliff in there, deep in their forward 50 by the time the throw-in comes in.
Boundary throw, and Nolan works his way to the front, gets his hand to the ball, and then does his own roving, hand passes forward, but unfortunately for Saints, Broadway overran the ball, and now there's stacks on again as Nightcliff worked the ball free inside forward 50. But again, plenty of players around the ball, nothing clean coming out of there, and there'll be a whistle on the play and a ball up once again. So just need some clean hands and get the ball out and into some space, but it's clogged up pretty much at the moment as Kane Barry doing the ruck work for Nightcliff, but Nolan outpoints him again, and again there's a big pack of players over the ball. Eventually it spills out, and quick kick out of there by Bowden. It sees it around the wing, but unfortunately it can't be kept in play, and another boundary throw in.
Yeah, Noah Nolan there in the ruck for St Mary's, the son of St Mary's great Ricky Nolan, now the Pints women's coach. He actually spent the first 15 years of his life in Sweden growing up, Stu, but loved football so much through his dad. He's been living in Australia the last few years and looks just like him in the ruck, a younger version of Rick.
Yeah, he's really come on, his skills have developed, and he's a promising player for Saints going forward. So, across the back there, it's picked up by Bilbil. He tries to chip short, but just off target.
Dangerous.
Fortunate into the hands of Singlipo once again. And again, that dangerous Nightcliff forward is on the spot and makes the most of his opportunity and puts it through for his second goal, only the second goal of the game between the sides. And it's clearly a difference up forward there, and Saints have got some work to do to curb his influence.
And he's just walking back to the goal square all on his own, so St Mary's need to drop back and pick him up, but some excellent work there by Nightcliff, and Bilbil getting that ball into Xavier Singlipo. As I said, he was last season's Abala medalist, so certainly a fair bit of talent there. So 10-11 minute mark of the first quarter, Nightcliff 2 straight goals leading St Mary's the one behind.
So we're set for the restart here. Nolan tries to grab it out of the ruck, players are falling. In fact, the ball slipped out of his hands and then he got tackled. So Noah Zimmerman Nolan took the free kick, and there's a 50-metre
penalty. The Nightcliff player ran across the mark and Kobe Hodges pointed it out to the umpire. So a good advantage here for St Mary's. Brings Nolan right into the 50-metre arc.
Yeah, so he'll be kicking from just beyond about 40 metres, I would say, and kicking to the airport end of the ground in this first quarter. The flag suggests that the breeze would assist him a little if he gets it up in the air, but his kick's on the way now. It's looks like he's hung it out to the right, and another behind for St Mary's. So coming up to 12 minutes in this first quarter, and just 2 goals to 2 points. Nightcliff with the advantage. Good intercept work almost by Luke Broadway, just couldn't hold on to the ball in the end, and now Bowden involved, tried to tap it forward. Vallejo gets a hand pass to Nolan, back to Bowden, slips it over the top, looking there for Baldock, but that missed the target. Hook around the corner by Bowden again, and now Kobe Hodges involved, picks up, has his jumper grabbed as he gets his boot to the ball, kicks it high down towards full forward. Ball's loose, running into the goal square, running onto it for St Mary's was Rory Fairchild, kicked it off the ground and then collided with the goal post. But that's a much needed goal for Saints. They're first on the board, and they narrow that margin to 4 points. Some good opportunist work there by Rory Fairchild.
Well, he's a pretty tough nut, Rory Fairchild. His bio says he rides bulls for fun. He lives out in the rural area, and his younger brother Jed played in the under-16s grand final last week. Mum Kirsty does the photos for St Mary's, and they're a great club family. So first goal on the board for St Mary's to Rory Fairchild. That score now, Nightcliff 2 straight goals to St Mary's 1-8 at the 13-minute mark of the first quarter in this grand final.
So from the restart, Vallejo couldn't get his hands on the ball. It's just being forced to the outer side of the ground, and eventually picked up down there by Broadway. Hand passes over the top, and Saints go forward again, inside forward 50.
Great running. Didn't quite get there.
On the end of it, just couldn't hold the mark as he slid in, and Nightcliff able to clear to the outer side of the ground that's close to the boundary line. It's kept in play. It gives Saints the opportunity, if they can get it to a player in some space, which they can't, and wrapped up. Some good work down there by Beer for Nightcliff, but there's a free kick on the play. It's going to go St Mary's way again behind the play, so
they need to get a wiggle on if they want to get it into their forward line. There's just about 50 seconds left of this first quarter. The look, must be the Nightcliff trainer out there not returning the ball to Nolan, who's out on the far wing over near the scoreboard.
So Nathaniel with the free kick, he chips in short, but it's into the player on the mark, and
Another free kick, yeah. Noah Zimmerman-Nolan should take that.
Again, yep. Just looked a bit unaware that it was his. Now he just strolls off and kicks the ball forward. The kick's pretty good, but again, the mark couldn't quite be held by Luke Barnes down there. There's an opportunity for Saints running around the outer side of the ground, but Nightcliff have got him covered pretty well initially as they try to force the ball out of defence. Quick kick comes out now, and the mark's taken here by Kane Barry on the outer side of the ground for Nightcliff. He goes boundary line side, close to the boundary, and in the marking contest, Beer gets the fist to the ball and knocks it over the boundary line. So another boundary throw in front of, just round from the old scoreboard, right on the centre wing on the outer side. We just wait for the rucks to get in position as the boundary throw in gets us started again. Nolan in front, hits it straight down in front of himself. Big pack of players around the ball. Barry reaches in for Nightcliff, trying to work the ball out, and again there's a scrimmage on the ground and a ball up once again, and just on that clock, I think we play 18.
Yeah, sorry Stu, straight out of the girls under 18 grand finals and a Friday night for me. So a few minutes to go. I'm in the zone. So Nightcliff pushing that forward into their 50. There's a player pushed off the ball, but yep, a free kick has been paid.
So it's Gilbert who will win that free kick. It's against Simlipo this time. Gilbert positioning himself well in front, and now Saints trying to work the ball in some space down the near side of the ground. It's Broadway who cuts back inside, kicks inside 50. Hodges in the contest there, just pulling the jumper of his opponent, and the umpire's seen that.
Just got caught behind.
Yep, Riley Woods will take the free kick for Nightcliff. In fact, he hand passes off to Matarazzo. He clears to the outer side of the ground. That one's just gone over the head of the players out there and trickles over and will be another boundary throw in.
Enjoying the ruck contest between Barry and Zimmerman-Nolan?
I am, but it was more exciting when Bilber was in there. He can really jump, but Nolan just plucks this one out of the air in the ruck contest and hooks the kick forward. Now the opportunity for Doxy.
Hodges just got smashed in the head then, but no free kick.
McWilliams kicks forward for Saints. The ball bounces past those players down there. Matarazzo tidying up for Nightcliff, swings it back, but only as far as Cameron, who chips the hand pass across. Hodges has an uncharacteristic fumble, but manages to recover and kick towards goal, but that one's touched as it's gone through, so a behind only. Just unfortunate for Kobe there. Fumbled on the first occasion, and that took him too close to the player in front of him.
A good build-up for St Mary's though. Kobe Hodges, the son of former Wanderers Premiership coach and NT Thunder coach Andrew Hodges, and the nephew of Jason Jones, an absolute legend for the Darwin Buffaloes, and won a couple of Nichols medals as well. So
just waiting for the ball to come back.
Got a new ball, I think. There's two on the ground now. There's one on the wing here and one in the goal square.
It's just been retrieved, so Matarazzo runs out of defensive goal square as the siren sounds to end the quarter, and one that I think Nightcliff took their opportunities. Saints probably had a bit more of the field position but didn't take their chances, so that sees Nightcliff with a quarter-time lead, Liz.
Yeah, two scoring shots for Nightcliff, 2 straight goals. St Mary's 4 scoring shots, 1-3-9. So we'll go to the quarter-time break and be back very soon for the second quarter.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the Territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the second quarter of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Boys Grand Final between Nightcliff and St Mary's. The Nightcliff huddle last to break back out onto the field. It is Nightcliff leading 2 straight goals to 1. 3-9 goal kickers so far. Rory Fairchild for St Mary's and 2 for Xavier Singh Lippo for Nightcliff, who's an absolute excitement machine, Stu.
It certainly is, and it looks like Blake Gilbert was given the job on him, and he's certainly starting on him in the goal square now. So big job for Gilbert in defence for Saints, and he'll be looking for his fellow defenders to get back and help him out as much as possible. But he's got a turn of speed, Singh Lippo, and great skills. But from the start of the second quarter, it's Nolan who wins the hit out. Some good body work by Bowden, gets his opponent out of the way, and the hand pass comes back in front of him. Body's falling everywhere down there as Fairchild tries to hook the ball around the corner. Couldn't do so, and now a quick kick out of the pack. Ball through the hands there of Broadway for St Mary's, and now again it's a wrestle for the ball on the ground, but the umpire's letting it go, giving them every opportunity to get the ball out, which it does now until it's hand pass back in, and now a chance for Nightcliff off the ground, but chopped off nicely by Stefanidakis for Saints, and Vallejo gets a cheeky little left foot forward along the ground, but good defensive work. Oh, great tackle, grabbing onto the jumper, but play on's a call, and Broadway again on this one, swings around on the right foot, kicks the ball high inside forward 50 for Saints from the marking contest. Punch down Hodges doing the roving, hooks it back around on the outside of the foot, but
the inside out banana, as Nick O'Reilly would call it.
I thought he was going to miss it to the left, and it just kept going and going and bounced into the right hand goal post.
He's had a few cracks at goal tonight. He hasn't quite got one yet, but working hard. So the score, Nightcliff 2 straight goals, St Mary's 1-4-10.
So Nightcliff trying to work the ball out of defence now. They get it round to the outer side wing. There's a big fellow down there in both. Just couldn't control the ball, but eventually they work it through the hands, and now over the top. Here's a chance if they can take it cleanly. They can, running inside 50. Went for the bounce and lost control, gave the Saints defenders the opportunity to close in, and now Saints again clear it out of defence, out into open space, out here in front of the grandstand. Tried to duck back around, but got tackled with the ball, and now the opportunity for Nightcliff going forward. It's Ethan Rinsky who kicks long down towards the goal line, and I think they've kept the ball in play down there. No, it's not. Goal umpire Keith Pratt was right on it. Keith Pratt been goal umpiring for about 50 years, I think. And,
really good defence there by the St Mary's player Edward Farraroni. He took the play on when he slipped with the ball and followed it up again. So St Mary's bringing that in through Cairo Armat.
Broadway in front, got his hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. He is first to recover on the ground though, hand pass back inboard, and now Saints bring it forward of centre, and running onto it, Cameron just couldn't control the ball unfortunately and left it behind, and now Nightcliff clear it away again. Oh, terrific work down there by Baldock, and a beautiful pass finds Johnston. Johnston wastes no time going inside forward 50. The ball slips over the back though, and Nightcliff the chance to wrap up close to the boundary line. They run the ball over the line, and Saints calling for deliberate, but umpires having none of that, and it's a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for St Mary's at the Michael Long Centre end of the ground.
Some exciting play there by Isaiah Baldock. Of course, made his men's Premier League debut this year. His dad's a legend for the Banks Bulldogs Football Club, and I spotted him before the game in a St Mary's shirt and got a quick photo.
So Nightcliff worked the ball out of defence. The kick's not the best, and Bowden chops it off for Saints. He thumps it straight back in the forward line over the back. Here's the opportunity for Saints through Johnston, and this time he makes no mistake. Chipped it over the player in front of him as he ran into the open goal, and that goal gives St Mary's the lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, Alan Johnson, the big fella, he's a renowned goal kicker, and just beautiful running in to the goals there to score for St Mary's. As you said, now in front by 3 points. The score, Nightcliff 2-1-13, trailing St Mary's 2-4-16. 4-minute mark of the second quarter here at TIO Stadium in the Under-18 Boys Grand Final. Ethan Bowden, another important player in that piece of play, Stu.
Yeah, he's a skilled player with a pretty level head on him, and he's had some Premier League experience, of course, and he brings a fair bit to the side. But just having a 6-6-6 set-up warning here. I think it's the Nightcliff that have been warned this time, but no free kick, and we'll start again, and big fella Bill will reach as high. In fact, it was Dew who won that hit out for Nightcliff. Hand pass comes forward. Wilson tried to hand pass forward to his teammate but missed the target, and now Nightcliff running through the centre of the ground. Kick long in towards half forward. The ball slips over the back, and there's a chance back here for Xavier Grant, but he's caught with the ball, and Nightcliff looked like they were going to try to take the advantage, but in the end it's Daniel Quinn who'll go back and take the free kick for effecting that tackle.
Yeah, well done by the Nightcliff players there. They would like to get a goal on the board here, Stu, just to settle. First time in the game they've lost the lead.
So Quinn just runs over the painted 50. That one's always staying right, I think. In fact, thumps into the behind post, so that's out on the full. And Cairo Armat will bring the ball back in for St Mary's. No one seems to be in much of a hurry to get back to him. Gets back there now.
Sporting the fluorescent shoes tonight. He's not hard to miss. Both teams working their rotations down here on the bench.
So Armat's kick, but Moo crumbs it well off the pack, kicks on the left foot in towards the top of the goal square. Oh, good defensive work again. Grant gets a quick kick out for Saints, but opportunity there for Trigwell on the left foot. Kicks it to the goal square, and mark's taken right at the edge of the goal square, and this will be the opportunity for Nightcliff to get themselves back in front. I think it's Sol McInerney down there, and no problems with his kick from about 12 metres out straight through, so that's the answering goal that they were looking for, and McInerney gets his first on the board for Nightcliff. Yeah,
two big strong bodies, Armat and McInerney, both holding each other, but it was Armat that went to ground, and a really good mark there by McInerney. As I said, Nightcliff were looking for that goal to get back in front, and the score now 3-1-19 to St Mary's 2-4-16, so a 3-point ball game, this time in Nightcliff's favour.
So 7 minutes gone, second quarter, and just a goal apiece, as Liz said, in this quarter. So again, there's confusion in who's supposed to be where in the setup, and this time it's Saints who copped a warning, so any further infringements from here will result in a free kick.
Getting lots of messages in on the phone tonight of people watching in. Hello to Daniel Rioli watching in Melbourne, and Rachel DeRujo down the road here in Darwin. Great to have so many people watching on AFLNT's YouTube channel, and all the grand finals broadcast live this year, which is sensational. Noah Zimmerman-Nolan now with the free kick for St Mary's out of the middle.
He kicks straight down the middle of the ground. All over that, there's a pushing free kick being paid. It's going Nightcliff's way, and Matarazzo in defence will take that free kick. He looks grandstand side, kicks long to a one-on-one contest. Good use of the body down there by Singh Lippo, and he's off again and running, has a bounce.
Oh, here he goes.
Has another bounce. He's just running away from him down here. Third bounce as he runs towards the 50-metre line, kicks long towards the goal square, floats across the face of goal. Down there is McInerney again for Nightcliff, gets a hand pass back inboard to Joe Poole. Joe Poole hooks the ball around the corner to the top of the goal square. Off hands, it's slipping towards the goal. Singh Lippo's there again, and
Baldock, I think it is. Yeah, good composure there.
Burst, just
cool, calm and collected.
Rushed to behind, and now tries to bring it in, but the whistle's blowing. I think it's going to have to come back. And Saints will bring it in again from that rush behind. Yeah, so coming up to the 9-minute mark of the second quarter here at TIO Stadium, and loving all the balloons around the ground and everyone dressed up in the streamers. It's just such an exciting weekend in NTFL footy, isn't it, Stu? Yeah, it is, and I think this is a great concept, playing the under-18 grand finals on the Friday night. It gives them a bit of attention, and just releases the pressure a bit on the Saturday fixtures, I think. So I think it's terrific by AFL. That kick didn't come off for Baldock, and it's gone straight to Nightcliff player who plays on, trying to centre it there. Trigwell it was, and he had a teammate in the centre of the ground. They're just chipping it around, and going to give it back. Hard to imagine that they've got that many free players inside forward 50, but they have. They've worked it well and got themselves into a position to have a shot on goal from straight in front, and it's McInerney again who kicked the last goal. And he'll be kicking from about 25 this time, directly in front. The kick's on its way, but he's dragged that one to the left and missed, unfortunately, for Nightcliff. So a let off there for Saints. Very much so. So they'll try and kick it in again this time. Cairo Ahmat is going to bring it in for Saints. Baldock's gone down the ground to try and take the mark. So Ahmat, long kick outside 50, and Broadway got his hands to the ball, had a couple of grabs, but couldn't keep hold of it, unfortunately, for Saints. He's been impressive tonight. He has. He's worked pretty hard on the ground. Just a couple of marking opportunities he's missed that he'd like to tidy up. Nolan wins that hit out pretty comprehensively, but Nightcliff first to it, but running away on the ground was Stephanidakis, who got it inboard, and now Saints have worked it down to the front edge of the centre square. Good hands by Kobe Hodges, but just couldn't get the hand pass far enough to favour his teammate, and Nightcliff working hard across half back, but again just plenty of players on the ball as it's held in underneath, and we'll have another ball up between wing and half forward for St Mary's. Of course, there's a number of St Mary's players that played in last year's winning grand final, and Broadway is one of them. Bit of a grand final experience. Great hand, ruck and hands out there by Zimmerman-Nolan. Yep, Stephanidakis long in towards the top of the goal square. The ball loose on the ground. Wilson down there gets his hand pass out as he's tackled, but good defence again by Nightcliff. They bring it to the other side, and the mark taken out here, and got running players through the middle of the ground. Bill runs onto this one. Hand passes over the top. Back to Bill. Almost dropped it there, but now runs in, kicks from 20 metres out directly in front. A fantastic passage of play by Nightcliff from one end of the ground to the other. And Jaden Bilbil certainly looks an exciting player, doesn't he, Liz?
He sure does, and really unselfish teamwork there by McInerney to give the handball back. He could have quite easily turned around and kicked a goal, but gave one to his teammate. So well done to Nightcliff. Bilbil was running from the back line from the moment it was on, though, so had a sensational first quarter, and he's got a well-deserved goal to stretch Nightcliff's lead now 4-3-27 to St Mary's 2-4-16, out to 11 points after St Mary's led by 3 points earlier in the quarter, Stu.
That's right, they snatched the lead, but Nightcliff have steadied and come back with the last 2 goals. So again, they haven't got the set up right. So
I think it's Nightcliff this time. And St Mary's free kick to Noah Zimmerman Nolan again.
Exactly the same as the last stoppage. So Stefan Nadakis received the handball from Nolan. He kicks long inside forward 50. Vallejo at ground level gets a hand pass back. A strenuous tackle there, but Fairchild manages to get the kick forward. The ball's loose inside forward 50. Running onto it for Saints is Ullman. Kobe Hodges reaches up with one hand, but there's a free kick off the ball here, and it's going Nightcliff's way. And they'll bring the ball in from deep in defence to the outer side of the ground. Use of the body there, but illegal use with push in the back, and it'll be a St Mary's free kick.
Andrew Wills
recovers the ball.
The water boy for St Mary's, the former Geelong and Bulldogs and Fremantle player in the AFL.
Yep.
Now, been at St Mary's for about 13 or 14 years, I think. So that ball back in, is that Baldock again? Up the other end.
Kicks long to the goal. Should be Hodges.
Should be a free kick. The Nightcliff player wasn't facing. Oh no.
That's against Hodges.
Against Hodges.
For manhandling, I think. He's just trying to ragdoll his opponent out of the way, but he wasn't allowed. So the ball outside 50, and now Baldock picks up and hooks the ball around towards the forward pocket.
Now Hodges is saying, "I'm getting held," so he's finally got the free kick he was looking for, Stu.
He has, and he always draws attention from the opposition, that's for sure, and I'm sure he has a little bit to say while he's doing it.
He's a man mountain, a child man mountain, so he turned 18 not too long ago and finished school down at Xavier College in Melbourne, where he was down there with Xavier Vallejo and the Davey boys from Palmerston, so doing a gap year here in Darwin working for his uncle Jason, so let's see if he can kick a goal.
It's a beautiful kick normally. That one's, of course, a shocker off to the right.
Give him a rap.
Yeah, one that he probably would hope to kick most times, but unfortunately, he just leaned back on that one a bit and just skewed it off to the right as the Nightcliff captain Stanley Cox goes back to retrieve the ball, and of course, unfortunately, this is all time ticking off the clock as we wait for the ball to come back into play.
So a 10-point margin at the 15-minute mark. Get my words out tonight. 4-3-27, St Mary's trailing 2-5-17.
So Cox to the outer side of the ground. Mark almost taken on.
Great handball.
Swung over the top to the advantage, and now it's Nightcliff going forward around the outer side of the ground. And they've got players running free inside forward 50. The hand pass comes over the top. Kick on goal. They like it. It's gone all the way through. And that's another great finish. And I think this time it might have been John Dew. No, it was Bill
again.
Yeah, so
wow.
Just got himself on the end of that one. But good use of the ball around the outer side again for Nightcliff. And 3 in a row. That's starting to look a bit ominous.
Yeah, and 2 to Jaden Bilbil in this second quarter for the Nightcliff Tigers. That score now, Nightcliff 5-3-33, leading St Mary's 2-5-17. And let's see if they can get the setup right before this ball up, Stu.
Yeah, well, with big Bilbil and Sing Lippo up forward, and also the big fella McInerney, they're pretty potent forward.
Another free kick to St Mary's. That's unbelievable. So 3 in a row.
It's getting crazy, isn't it?
They've all resulted in Nightcliff goals, though, so St Mary's need to make better use of it.
So inside 50, ball spills free. Vallejo had his hands on it. It spilled out, and he'll win a free kick here. So
the son of St Mary's Premier League coach Anthony, who will be on the big stage tomorrow.
And one of those players that Saints really need to get a bit more out of in this game, I think. He's been held pretty well so far, but he comes in now, kicks long towards goal. He's kicked that high and kicked it right, and it's out of bounds on the full again. Another wasted opportunity for Saints. And
it must be a strong breeze pushing them all to the right, Stu, because that's where they've all ended up.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really look that way, but
no.
It could be.
There's a number of people down on the Nightcliff bench. I see Stewie Carr down there, who's the Men's Premier League runner. Looks like Ryan Nyhouse as well.
In the meantime, the ball is out of bounds on the outer side, just near the big scoreboard. And it'll be a boundary throw in as we've got about 30 seconds left in the quarter, so not much chance for any scoring to happen unless the ball moves really quickly from this stoppage. So Nolan in front wins a hit out straight down, but no clean possession, and Bowden reaches in, tries to pick up, just fumbles a little, and that allows his Nightcliff opponents to come in. The quick kick comes forward from Saints high towards half forward, but Nightcliff have got plenty back there. Another quick kick forward inside 50 as it slips over the back as the siren goes. And that's the end of the first half here in the grand final of the under-18s competition. And Nightcliff, just with those last 3 goals, have stretched the lead out and put themselves in a pretty good position at half-time.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 goals to the exciting Jaden Bilbill and 1 to Sol McInerney. Sees the score. Nightcliff 5-3-33, leading St Mary's 2-5-17 at half-time. We'll be back for a big second half after this break.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Absolutely 0.
0.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be 0.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Listen up, kids.
Make school your story.
Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Safe to go to school.
So go the distance. Attend every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin', we love our break.
Time with friends and family is always right.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
At Muzzbuzz, keep cool this summer with our new range of frappes, including cookies and cream, chai and matcha. You can also enjoy our totally scrumptious range of food and snacks. Australian owned and operated. Muzzbuzz, great coffee is just the beginning.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energised.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Vaccinate. To protect our players.
To protect our coaches.
To protect our umpires.
To protect our supporters.
To protect our game.
Head to the Danila Dilba website for more information.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy. I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the second half of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Boys Grand Final between Nightcliff and St Mary's at half-time. It is Nightcliff that lead 5-3-33 to St Mary's 2-5-17. Nightcliff won the Under-16 Boys Grand Final last week, and they've got their Women's Premier League in the Grand Final tomorrow, Stu. It's been a good season for Nightcliff as a club.
Yeah, once again, they're a strong club. They're doing things right down there at Nightcliff, but they're looking pretty good here tonight in the under-18s. So good work by Matarazzo using his body and hooking the hand pass over the top, but chopped off by Baldock for Saints. He drives the ball back inside forward 50. The ball slips over the top. Cameron throws it out in front of himself, runs back onto his left foot, hooks around the corner, and the Nightcliff players are screaming that he threw the ball out there. It was pretty clever work anyway, and a great finish, and that's exactly the start that Saints were looking for in this second half.
Well, he's definitely got the X factor, Cameron, and that's what it says in his bio that we've got in front of us. And what a way to start the third quarter of a grand final in the first, 35 seconds, Stu, to kick a goal like that. Yeah, just an elusive forward, and he was impressive last week in the preliminary final, and just gave them that spark that they needed, and they take some confidence out of that and see if they can build on it here from the restart. Yeah, I'm told Eddie Betts is his favourite player, and that was very Eddie Betts-like, a 10-point margin now. So from the stoppage again, ball's just being forced forward, but I think there was a boot in there while there was a hand on the ball, and it's a Nightcliff free kick in the centre of the ground as they go straight down towards centre half forward over the back. Joe Poole runs into some space, runs towards the open goal, kicks long, but he's missed to the right hand side. So Phoenix Joe Poole had an opportunity there, got out the back, but just couldn't finish off, unfortunately, for the Tigers. Well, they say the third quarter is the premiership quarter, and if the opening minute 48 seconds is anything to go by, Stu, we're in for a cracker. Well, the game just has opened up a bit to what it was, and it's great to see as Armat's kick in, but Nolan spilt the mark. Play-on's the call. Vallejo has a second go trying to get it out. Good work in close as the hand pass comes out, moves, just flicks one over the top, hoping for the best, and the best comes as Joe Poole gets it inside forward 50. Matt back there caught with the ball, got the tackle out eventually, and he managed to shrug the arms up to his shoulder area and won the free kick for a high tackle. His kick comes wide out in front of Fairchild, who covers some ground and takes the mark, and brings the ball further along this grandstand wing. Nolan standing tall, got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Cameron in there, slapped it forward as his jumper was pulled, but play on was the call, and eventually the ball's bundled over the boundary line. The umpire signalled hands in the back there by Kobe Hodges, so a free kick will go to Nightcliff, and that looks like Riley Woods. So long down the wing, and the big fella down there both almost took the mark, but spilled out. Now Matarazzo hooks it over the top, and both, he got hit pretty hard after he kicked the ball, and that'll be should be downfield, even though the St Mary's players trying to bluff the umpire by standing on the spot. Well, with the free kick, kicks it into the player on the mark, and so Saints the chance to bring it out of defence as Stefanidakis got it over to his opponent down there in Nathaniel, but they're under plenty of pressure as ball's on the ground again now, and stacks over the top, and it'll be a ball up once again. So just a bit of push and shove started to come into the game. Just got a bit scrappy there in the last minute. Moo, the last one to get up off the ball. So kicked off the ground by Matarazzo, but chopped off by Nathaniel. He bumps it back forward now. Here's a chance. It's Cameron again. He's got some space, has a bounce, but he's run himself into some trouble there as he lost control of the ball. He's out there again. He's got it. Gets it on his left foot forward. It just dribbles past his teammate down there, and Nightcliff tidying up in defence, and good work down there and kicked out of it. Vallejo's intercepted it though. Vallejo chips it into full forward. The mark almost taken by Johnson. Slips out the back. Matarazzo again doing a power of work in defence for Nightcliff. Kicks it down where the mark's spilt by John Dew. And now Saints Nolan kicks off the ground inside forward 50. Fairchild working hard over the ball, tries to get it to a teammate. Nightcliff using it through the hands. Broadway hand passes forward to Cameron. Cameron on the left foot round the corner. Can't bring this one back far enough and through for a behind only.
Yeah, some exciting play there by St Mary's and Nightcliff. Trying really hard in defence back there.
So brought back in by Cox to Matarazzo in the back pocket for Nightcliff. And he just runs wide of Hodges now, chips in a short pass and finds his teammate there in Trigwell, who spilt the mark unfortunately for Nightcliff. Play on's the call as the ball spills out, and now they're looking to work it through the hands. Joe Poole there tries to get it to his teammate, but pretty willing in the contest, just hacked off the ground in the end by Ortis for Nightcliff, but working back for Saints was Williams, and he thumps it back along the grandstand wing.
Ooh,
strong
Johnson's
body
just
work.
got one in the jaw from the Nightcliff player. And we just need cool heads to prevail here, boys. Get on with the footy. So almost 6 minute mark of this third quarter. It is Nightcliff still with a 10-point lead. Someone just congratulating the umpire on a great job they're doing tonight from the crowd. It wouldn't be a game without the umpires.
So Nightcliff free kick, they take the advantage. Brady Beer goes long down towards half forward. There's a free kick off the ball. It's got a holding free kick, and it's going to go the way of Xavier Singh-Lippo. Trying to take the advantage out wide, but that's going to have to come back.
Gilbert trying really hard to hold him down there. He's such an electric player, Singh-Lippo, so he's not giving him an inch, but the umpire's found a free kick. Haven't seen him take a set shot yet, so I'm not sure what he'll do with it.
A bit of space around there too. I could just imagine him trying to run off here, but going back for all intents and purposes to take a set shot from 50 out, and comes in now and does thump it long. It's going. It's a decent kick too. It's got the distance, no problems at all, but just drifted off to the right and through for a behind as Cairo Ahmet scales the fence to retrieve the footy, and we'll wait for it to come back into play. So just gone past the 7-minute mark in this third quarter. Saints with the only goal on the board in this quarter, but it's Nightcliff that still hold an 11-point lead. Ahmet goes to the outer side of the ground this time, through the hands out there, and coming in for Nightcliff was Moo. He was under a fair bit of pressure from Parker Fawcett, and the ball got forced over the boundary line for another boundary throw in. So Nolan coming in to do the right. No, he's not. It's shorter than that, and the ball over the back. Just trying to force it forward. Hamish Lovett in there for Nightcliff, trying to work it forward, but they can't keep it in play, and it's over the boundary line. In fact, it's a boundary throw-in. Saw the umpire's arm out, but it's a boundary throw-in. So Nolan and Barry to do the ruck work this time. Nolan works to the front. Barry reaches over the top, got it down to Ortis, who hand passed out, and now Nightcliff going forward again through Hayes, who kicks high inside forward 50, but is well read in defence, and Saints looking to bring it to the grandstand side. It falls in between two Nightcliff players, and Vallejo gets his hands on the ball, but got tackled, hand passed it out. Cameron went for a run again.
He's been held according to the umpire.
A bit lucky there, he went the bounce and lost control of it, and got tagged, but he'll...
Well, he's decided he's going to take this game on in the third quarter, Stu. He's been the difference so far for St Mary's. He's going to put that kick right down his teammate's chest.
So that was Ullman, who hand passed off to Bowden. Bowden looking to go short inside 50. Diving in there was Fairchild, who couldn't take the mark, and that allowed the Nightcliff defenders to pounce on the loose ball and clear it out. Vallejo first there, tried to pick up the ball, had his jumper drag. Play on's the call as Nightcliff going forward again. This time the ball slips out and the tackle. Play on again. And now an opportunity for Nightcliff running into the open goal. Moo kicks towards goal, but he's left it short and it was offline anyway. And getting back for Saints, Stefanidakis got his hand to the ball and just knocked it through for a behind. He chips short to Matt in the right back pocket. Matt just slows things down. He goes short again. This time to Nathaniel, and Nathaniel marks at half back for St Mary's, and he drives this one along the wing over the back there. Burke got his hands to the ball, tried to hand pass to the advantage of a teammate. Nightcliff have come across in defence, and it's worked over the boundary line by Ian Orr for Nightcliff, and another boundary throw in.
Sporting some great mullets out there, the Nightcliff players, and I know they put a Facebook post up about it during the week from their under-16 premiership team last week. So 10.5 minute mark of the third quarter. It is Nightcliff with a 12-point lead still.
Oh, again some heavy body work down there, and ball spills out eventually. Bowden kicks off the ground, advances it down towards half forward. Ball spills out in the tackle, and a kick along the boundary line is going to float over. In fact, it might have been already over the line before it was kicked.
The umpire is going to call it back. Or
the boundary umpire's calling for the ball, so
St Mary's supporters appealing for the free kick. It will be a throw-in. Not sure the St Mary's supporters agree with that decision, but that is the decision of the umpires. So,
and of course, most of those supporters are right in that area. So,
down the St Mary's end, the traditional St Mary's end. Nolan winning the ruck again. He's had a sensational game tonight. And there'll be another free kick paid, and this time it is to St Mary's.
No, it's not. It's Nightcliff free kick.
Thought the umpire indicated that way.
Quinn has running through
great
the middle
chase
of the ground.
down. Didn't manage to dislodge the ball though.
So kick out wide, and Hamish Lovett runs onto that one, chips it forward, and finds his teammate on the outer side of the ground. They're looking to switch the ball into the middle, but this one's chopped off by Allman for St Mary's. He read that one well as the kick came in, and he chips it round the outer side of the ground. Finds Baldock, who hand passes back inboard to Vallejo. Vallejo wobbles the kick forward, not his best, and Matarazzo was there first for Nightcliff. Eventually got a kick on his left foot out of the danger area. Baldock hand passes inboard again to Broadway. Broadway got it back outside, and now Saints going forward, but not with much purpose. It's gone out of bounds on the full, and Stanley Cox was just trying to take a bit of extra advantage there, and it's been sent back.
So 13-minute mark of this third quarter. A little bit of sting's gone out of it late in the quarter, Stu.
Yeah, seems to have. Good pass by Cox. And Mark's taken out there. We don't have a number 5 on the team sheet.
I think he might have changed jumpers.
Yeah. But anyway, it's...
there's Sing Lippo again.
Oh, good work in defence there by Joel Burke, and gets it out to Matt, who can't pick it up cleanly on the first occasion, goes back and has his kick chopped off, and then Moo comes in for Nightcliff. He's found some space now, runs in towards the open goal, ducks around his opponent, and he's going to be pinged for running too far here before he got the boot to the ball, just as he dribbled it through for a goal.
Yeah, he just took those extra steps around the player to make sure of it, but he's been pinged by the umpire. So a let off there for St Mary's.
I think he might have been trying to get a hand pass across, but in the end he ran around and went the extra steps. So
the score now, Nightcliff 5-7-37, leading St Mary's 3-6-24.
Stefanidakis kicks to the outer side of the ground. The ball slips over the back, and ball spills free on the tackle. Over it there was McKinnon. He got the hand pass out wide and close to the boundary line. Ethan Bowden sees it over again, and another boundary throw in. So what opened as the quarter as some exciting open free-flowing footy as really clogged up again in the latter stages of this quarter as it's become an arm wrestle once again. So just the one goal for the quarter so far, and Nightcliff looking to get themselves on the board in this third quarter. That kick goes forward, bounces just inside the boundary line, and a boundary throw in between half forward and the forward pocket for Nightcliff at the Michael Long centre end of the ground.
Yeah, Nightcliff have just scored the 3 behinds in this quarter, while St Mary's have kicked 1 goal 1, so a very low scoring quarter.
Over the back, a snap at goal from Joe Poole, but it's missed everything, out of bounds on the full. And
they really need to put a gate right there,
yeah.
right there, don't they, to bring the ball back in. Blake Gilbert jumping the fence this time, giving it to Kobe Hodges.
So Hodges, who spent most of the first half of the quarter in the forward line, has worked himself into the action just to try to have a bit of influence around the ground as Gilbert brings it to the outer side. Again, it's Broadway in front, but slips out. He recovers well, gets a hand pass inboard. But here's an opportunity for Nightcliff as the shot for goal comes and slams into the post. That time it was Singlipo again, but just bashed that one into the post, and an opportunity missed once again as Kobe Hodges goes back to bring the ball back into play. Just assessing what he's got in front of himself and changes his mind, goes straight up the middle of the ground. He's got Burke there in some space. He goes back over the mark now, chips in short to Stephanodakis. It slips through his hands, and Cox was on hand to take the ball in the clean-up. He kicked it forward, but Kobe Hodges, a great mark going backwards. Play on's the call as he kicks out here. Look, big leap from Broadway, but play on's the call as the ball slipped over the back, and now Nolan gets a hand pass forward to Fairchild. Fairchild hooks around the corner blindly, but it falls into the hands of his teammate down here in Madrill, who's under some pressure, and he'll get a free kick for a high tackle here.
Lucky there, because he just ran straight in to the Nightcliff player who was turned blind, and Nightcliff have given away the free kick.
So Tyler Madrill kicking inside 50 now towards the top of the goal square, but it's all Nightcliff back there as it slips over the back. Off the ground.
Oh, wow.
Coming in fast for Saints was Alan Johnston, but the ball was touched as he tried to kick it off the ground. So
3 Nightcliff players onto one there. Johnson getting up a bit sore, and Nightcliff bringing it back in.
Cox to the outer side of the ground, but again the ball's going to have to come back and be brought in again. So Stanley Cox has it in the defensive goal square. He's out of the square now, plays on, chips the ball wide on the outer side, and Nightcliff looking to run it through the hands as Lovett ducks back out to the outer side and finds Matarazzo out there. He chips the ball forward to Lovett, who'd run forward from that pass that he made, and they're using the ball nicely around the outer side of the ground now, and Beer takes the mark in front of the old scoreboard as the clock ticks towards three-quarter time. Nightcliff go inside forward 50, but Blake Gilbert's read that one best and takes the mark.
He's tried really hard tonight, Blake Gilbert.
Yeah, so and he's probably had some effect. Sindipo's kicked those 2 first-quarter goals, hasn't scored a goal since then, and has had some of his influence blunted, but the siren's gone for three-quarter time, and St Mary's kicked the only goal for the quarter, which allowed them to peg back a little bit of the half-time lead, but it's still Nightcliff by 12 points at three-quarter time.
That's right, Nightcliff 5-7-37, leading St Mary's 3-7-25. We'll take a short break and be back for the final quarter of the Under-18 Boys 2021-22 Grand Final.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the Territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Boys Grand Final between Nightcliff and St Mary's. It is Nightcliff 5-7-37 leading St Mary's 3-7-25, just 2 straight goals in it going into the last quarter, Stu, but Nightcliff have looked pretty schmick all night.
They have. They've looked the better side so far, but Saints have still given themselves an opportunity. It's only a 2-goal margin, and we know that early in the final series they came from behind in their first final to win a nail-biter. So they're still in the game, and Bill back in the ruck leaps high and wins that head-out. Nightcliff with the clearance, get it down towards centre-half forward. Punched over the back. Belejo in defence down there, just taps it in front of himself now. Picks up, kicks it across the outside of his boot. Oh, almost a collision in the contest, but some good work down there by Quinn, who chipped it back inboard to give Nightcliff the chance inside forward 50, but again Belejo swoops in, hand passes straight to his opposition in Quinn. Quinn kicks out wide, looking for that little fella number 5, who I'm not sure who he is. He's hooked it round the corner and the mark's been taken down here, and a chance for Nightcliff now deep in the forward line, only a couple of metres out from goal, being put on the angle. I'll have to wait to see who it is.
I'm
but
pretty sure it's Brandon Moo.
Looks around the corner. He's kicked the goal, no problem at all, and I think you're right, Liz, and that's the start to the quarter that Nightcliff would have wanted, and St Mary's certainly would have, and that stretches that lead out to 3 goals, and yeah, it definitely was Moo that kicked the goal, so that's their first goal since half-time, and a timely one early in the last quarter.
Yeah, the Moos are a renowned football family down at Nightcliff. 3 boys. Ryan plays for Nightcliff as well, and they're all very, very fast runners. I remember one of them winning the half-time sprint one year. So a goal to Moo sees Nightcliff 6-7-43, leading St Mary's 3-7-25. Probably the biggest margin of the game so far, Stu.
Nolan wins the hit out this time, and in the middle, Baldock gets the hand pass out to Bowden. Matt coming up from fullback, got on the end of the handball, kicks out wide. Wilson takes the mark out there. Brett Wilson out on the outer wing, looking to move the ball quickly. But that one's gone wide and go close to the boundary line. In fact, it's drifted all the way over the boundary line and will be a Nightcliff free kick. and Stanley Cox will take that free kick, brings it in around the outer side of the ground. Just a nudge out there was allowed, and Nightcliff get the ball forward out to the half-forward flank on the outer side, out in front of Moo, and he couldn't keep the ball in play.
And Noah Zimmerman-Nola's just come off straight down the race. He's holding his wrist. I think he's damaged that. Hopefully not too badly, because he's been sensational tonight for St Mary's.
Better players,
I don't think he's come off all game actually so far. So hopefully it's not a break.
So doing the ruck work as Barnes for Saints, gets involved straight away. As ball's just bouncing around in the pack of players down there. It's forced out. Stefanidakis eventually finds some space, kicks forward, and that's a good mark coming forward, taken by Angus Williams. Williams looking to move it on quickly, kicks inside forward 50. The ball slips over the back. Cameron with a ton of speed, but he just couldn't control the ball again, and Nightcliff steady and clear towards the grandstand wing as the ball bounces. It's on the ground. Williams again tapped it onto his opponent's boot, and just tells him all about it, and then we'll have a boundary throw in once again. So I think Saints have just rung a few changes in this last quarter just to try to change things up a bit and give themselves a chance to win, but there's a free kick in the ruck contest here.
Yeah, just the hands over the shoulders there, so Nightcliff will take that kick. Didn't quite come off the boot how he wanted it, and it's hit the deck. St Mary's trying to get it out of there. Cairo Armat picking it up, but there's been a whistle.
So it's a Saints free kick. It's going to be Barnes who will take the free kick.
And that should be 50 metres, because the Nightcliff player just walked across the mark following his player. The second time that's happened tonight. Got to go around the back, boys.
So Luke Barnes, that brings him just inside forward 50. He kicks high to the top of the goal square, but Nightcliff have got this one wrapped up. Oh, it slips through the hands, and now there's a chance for Saints. A hand pass comes out. Fairchild on the outside of the boot. Kicks towards goal, but he couldn't bring it back, and it's through for behind only.
Well, that was the one that St Mary's needed if they wanted to get back into this game. Stu, the score now, Nightcliff 6-7-43, St Mary's a 3-8-26. And for almost 5 minute mark of the last quarter.
So Matarazzo bringing it in for Nightcliff, kicks to the outer side of the ground. The ball thumped forward, but on the ground they're working it through the hands as the ball slips out. And Broadway out there tries to get past his opponent, couldn't in the end, and Kane Tui got his hands on the ball just as the whistle blew, and it's Nightcliff free kick deep in defence, and they take it round the outer side of the ground. Play on's the call. The mark was being claimed, but there was a couple of hands on it, I think. This is going to be, I thought the umpire was going to blow the whistle then, but play on's the call. Vallejo gets into the contest, and working in there is Burke for St Mary's, does pretty well to get it out. That's going to be a one-handed hand pass, I think, which will be a Nightcliff free kick, and it's going to Moo once again. So Moo right in the centre of the ground at TIO Stadium, looking to send Nightcliff forward. He kicks long inside forward. Whoa! What a leap back there. But the mark not taken, and Saints try to work it out of defence. Burke again with his head over the ball, gets swamped by Nightcliff players. The ball slips out eventually and comes out to Bowden, who chips in short, looking for Stefanidakis. Just having trouble picking it up down there, and now he's worried out of it, and Moo comes in, picks it up cleanly. He gets tackled, gets a hand pass across. Quinn spills the ball, and now a quick kick forward, goes high towards centre half forward, reaching over the top for Saints was McWilliams. Then he laid the tackle, and Grant back there working hard on the ground for Saints. He's got a couple of Nightcliff opponents. No, the ball's not going anywhere from there. And it'll be a ball up again.
It's a hot potato there for a minute, Stu. No one could hang on to it. 6.5 minute mark of this last quarter.
So Barnes gets his hands to the ball, and then gets it again. Broadway in there, tried to break away from the pack, but the ball was knocked out of his hands, and now Nightcliff going forward, but Cairo Armat comes in and gets tackled pretty strongly, caught one high, I think, and Armat will take the free kick. That should be a 50-metre penalty, I would have thought, and that's the way it's going. And Saints looking to get this ball moving quickly, because we're 7 minutes into the final quarter, and they need 3 goals to snatch the lead back at this stage. So Armat gets to the centre of the ground now and wobbles a kick forward. It's landed fortunately in the hands of his teammate down there inside forward 50, and I think it's Allman on the end of it, Jai Allman, who was in the right place, took the mark, and he'll be kicking for goal from about 30 out directly in front, and Saints really need this one. So he is actually the leading goal kicker for St Mary's for this season, and he's put that one through for a much needed goal for the green and gold at the almost the 8-minute mark of this final quarter. So the answering goal to Brandon Moo's goal early in the quarter, but it's not goal for goal what they need. They need to get a run of goals, which they really haven't been able to get in the game so far. But the margin is only 11 points.
So 2 straight goals.
Yeah,
if you're a St Mary's supporter, would put them a point in front. And there is time. It's 8 minutes and 15 seconds gone on the clock so far. So St Mary's just saying there's an extra player for Nightcliff and it should be a free kick. And again, Stu, that's the 4th or the 5th time that's happened in this game.
Yeah, they've struggled with that, haven't they? And Broadway receives the hand pass, kicks long down to full forward Wilson there, got his hands to the ball but couldn't take possession, and just hooked out of there by Matarazzo with a sweeping hand pass. Coming in again was Broadway, got tackled and the ball slipped out. Good work in defence by Cox, but he's caught with the ball, and ball slipped out in the tackle, and Barnes has gone into the ruck, and he's doing some great work around the ground as he has the chance now to kick Saints forward. He kicks the ball high towards the boundary line on the outer side, and chopping across again for Nightcliff in defence was Matarazzo.
It's been very good tonight, Matarazzo.
He drives the ball around the outer wing. There's plenty of Saints players there if they can pick it up. Bowden does, hooks it over his shoulder, but straight to a couple of Nightcliff players who couldn't control the ball, and Cox sees it over the boundary line for another boundary throw in, just backward of the wing for Nightcliff on the outer side of the ground.
If St Mary's can manage to get another goal here, it'll be very, very interesting. Good to see Zimmerman Nolan back sitting on the bench for Saints. I'm not sure if he'll come back on though.
Burke picks up, tries to kick forward, his kick smothered. There's plenty of players in close as they try to work the ball out. Broadway on the ground, and eventually the ball's over the boundary line, but there's a free kick being paid, a holding free kick, and it's going Nightcliff's way on the outer side of the ground. And the ball goes down towards half forward, slips over the back. Matt is going to be first back there if he can get there in time. He gets a bit of a shove. Play on's the call. Now he stands up with the ball and hand passes forward to Bowden. Bowden's got some space. He runs forward and
players going down left, right and centre. A free kick. There's a Nightcliff player down with cramp.
Yep, Brady Beer out there, but
and someone went over the top by St Mary's. So Moo will get the free kick, and he's being told to move across a bit, I think.
So now Moo kicks high towards half forward. Ball spills forward and picked up down there by Baldock. Hand passes looking for Vallejo, who picks up eventually. Hand passes back again. Ball spills free, and Nightcliff take the most of that. Almost a throw forward. Play on's the call, and sprinting on the ball, and then had the jumper held was Sing Lippo. He's in the action again, picks up, swings around, kicks towards goal. It looks pretty good. What a finish that is.
Goal.
Wow, he might have been a bit lucky with throwing the ball out in front, but geez, an excitement machine, and he's kicked his 3rd goal for the game, and there's no stopping him now, I don't think so.
His speed is unbelievable, so sensational. A 3rd goal to Xavier Sing Lippo. He's had an electric game. He really set it up in the first quarter for Nightcliff, Stu.
Yeah, he's certainly caught the eye, hasn't he? And he's just his pace and his ability to evade the opposition, and you could see there with that finish, a magnificent finish. So that's stretched that lead out again, and Nightcliff really in the box seat now as the clock ticks down with almost 12 minutes gone in the quarter. So
another free kick here. Well, the umpire's asking the teams to set up. Another free kick to St Mary's.
So the hand pass comes out to Broadway, who wastes no time. He kicks long down towards full forward. Hodges is down there. The ball hits the ground, and now players around Nightcliff looking to force the ball back towards the goal line, but is it a whistle again, I think? Or is it the ball out of bounds?
The ball's out of bounds, yep. Yeah. So a quick break for St Mary's from that free kick, but as you said, time's ticking away. 12.5-minute mark of the final quarter. They really need to score here to have any chance to get back in the game.
So Barnes and Dew do the ruck work. Barnes hooks it over the top. Bowden on the left foot tries to bring that one back. It's floating towards the boundary line, but running back with the flight of the ball, Stanley Cox took it. Thought he had the mark, but it hadn't travelled far enough, and he just walked it over the boundary line, so it'll be a throw-in in the left forward pocket. So, yeah, as you said, Liz, Saints really need a goal from this stoppage to give themselves a chance to take out the premiership. And Hodges got his hands on the ball, but was tackled, and ball spilled out, and now, again, another strong tackle.
And every time... it goes back to the umpire. It's just chewing up valuable seconds on the clock.
Barnes wins the hit out. Hodges on the bottom of it, hooks around towards goal, but that's floated way offline, and it was touched off the boot, in fact. So it'll be a boundary throw in as the ball's retrieved from over the fence. So yeah, all of this just taking time off the clock. That'd seep Nightcliff down to the ground, you would think, as boundary throwing comes in. The ball hits the ground. Hodges lets it bounce and then takes possession. Cameron tries to take it and go. Now Broadway gets the hand pass out looking for Hodges, but can't hit him. Armat has pushed right up the ground. He gets worried off the ball. A kick backwards looked pretty dangerous.
Very dangerous. Fairchild's got it now.
The opportunity as Fairchild kicks towards goal, but Matarazzo once again in defence.
Had an outstanding game in defence.
And
not sure if it's the hair, but he reminds me of the size, young Marley McGregor for Nightcliff, who had a sensational junior career and was pushed up to the seniors.
So that's out of bounds, and another boundary throw in at half forward for St Mary's as they just try to work out some sort of system to get the ball going forward from this stoppage. Barnes in there, the ball slips over the back. Barnes takes possession, gets it out. The hand pass comes out the back, kicked off the ground, out into open space at half forward. Here's an opportunity for Saints as Allman gets the hand pass backwards, but they got crunched in the tackle. And Matarazzo once again, there's a free kick, but advantage is paid down the ground, and now
here we go.
Lippo's on the end of it. He's got some space, hooks the ball around the corner.
If he'd kicked that would probably would have sealed up the best on ground medal, I reckon. But geez, Matarazzo's giving it a run for his money.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, yeah, they've had a couple of good players, and Gilbert bringing the ball in quickly from that behind and kicks long to the outer side of the ground, working his way to the front out there for Saints. McWilliams couldn't control the ball. The ball spills forward, and now Bowden picks up and runs forward for Saints on the outer wing. He kicks the ball down towards forward 50 as Cameron paddles the ball in front of himself and chases it up. He gets a hand pass over the top looking for Allman. Allman lets it bounce and then gets caught with the ball, and he'll be penalised.
Matarazzo again.
Yep. So it's
racking up
a 50-metre penalty.
The stats
as
in
well.
the last quarter.
So, yeah, this will just take time off the clock, and Matarazzo not in any real hurry to get the ball moving forward as we tick towards 16 minutes. He plays on now and kicks long straight down the middle of the ground, then gets ridiculously knocked over after he's kicked the ball, and that's a free kick downfield, and a sign you would think that Saints players think that the game's out of reach for them as they start doing stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. No need for that. Matarazzo was had a little bit to say, and the Saints boys didn't like it, so it gives Nightcliff another shot on goal, Stu.
Yeah, Sol McInerney kicking from 50. The ball's going right to the goal line. It's going all the way through. That's a great goal for Sol McInerney, and they've certainly wrapped up this premiership now as we're 16 and a half minutes into this final quarter, and they've kicked their third for the quarter. Saints have only managed the one, and McInerney on the board for his second goal.
Yeah, his second goal, and he also gave one off to Jaden Bilbil earlier in the game in an unselfish play when he probably could have kicked one. So the score now, it is Nightcliff Tigers 8-8-56 leading St Mary's 4-8-32, a 4-goal lead at the 17-minute mark of this final quarter in the under-18 boys grand final. So just a minute to go, Stu, and it is Nightcliff who are going to be premiers. The looks.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say they've been the better side on them.
They have, yep.
They're still running hard through the middle of the ground. Stefan Nadakis gets his nose in there, but Nightcliff just clear it away down this grandstand side, down towards half forward. Moo working hard in there. He's also had a good game, gets caught with it, gets a hand pass out now. And Vallejo on the end of this one works it through the hands to Bowden. Bowden running, chips the ball in short and finds his teammate down there in Broadway, hands it back off to Bowden. Bowden goes straight down the middle of the ground, but this one's chopped off by the Nightcliff captain, Stanley Cox, who also has had a very good game in defence.
He has a very good game, and Fairchild almost chops that off, but Nightcliff hang on to the ball. 5 seconds to go, and it's down their end in front of their bench.
Winsty's kick inboard, but the siren beats them all, and the Nightcliff players celebrate the premiership that breaks the run of St Mary's premierships in the under-18 competition. They won the previous two, but really Nightcliff were by far the better side tonight and deserved winners by 24 points.
They were. They led all game except for a short period in, I think, the second quarter it was, Stu, where it changed by 3 points. So very well done to Nightcliff. 3 goals kicked by St Mary's in Cameron, Johnson and Fairchild, while for Nightcliff, Xavier Singh-Lippo, the excitement machine, with 3, Jaden Bilbil with 2, and Big Sol McInerney with 2. And I think I've missed someone there, Stu. There was one more goal, but Matarazzo outstanding for Nightcliff tonight, as well as Jaden Singh-Lippo.
Certainly were, and and of course Cox down back and Moo, and so they had good players all over the ground, and some of Saints' bigger guns just didn't fire tonight, I don't think, whether that's the work done by the Nightcliff players or whether they just had off nights, but regardless, Nightcliff were the better side, as we said, and deserved winners. They finished the season minor premiers, and they've gone on to win the premiership. Congratulations to them, and we look forward to a big day tomorrow of more grand finals, Liz.
Absolutely. The women, there's Div 2, Div 1, and we'll be calling the Women's Premier League grand final between Buffs and Nightcliff. So Nightcliff people will be back here again tomorrow, and of course the St Mary's and Waratah grand final in the Men's Premier League. You can catch the first couple of games on AFL NTV's YouTube channel, and the second lot of games through the NT News. Big thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Congratulations to the Nightcliff Tigers, who are the 2021-22 TIO NTFL Under-18 Boys Premiers.
32. We're just a few moments away from post-match presentations right here in the centre. Presentations underway. Head on down to the grandstand side, guys. played in tonight's grand final. The under-18 boys premiers tonight, there's only one winner. Nightcliff Tigers have taken it out for the 2021-22 season. I'm joined by AFL NT's Jenny Elliott here, who will officially hand over the Best on Ground medal. From the Nightcliff Tigers, number 15, Best on Ground, is Xavier Singh-Lupo. Alright, and I ask St Mary's head coach Jared Livingston to come over and say a few words.
First off, well done to the Nightcliff boys. I know you guys have played together a long time, so well done, congratulations on the win. To Saints, let's use this as motivation, boys. Whether you're going off to seniors, 18s, let's hold this, build together, build as a club, build as a team. Alright, thank you.
Wonderful, and a big round of applause for all club volunteers, coaches, water runners, support staffs that have come out week on week for both teams and supported them. A big round of applause for all of those guys as well. If I can have head coach from the Nightcliff Tigers, Stephen Nelsey, over to say a few words.
Obviously, thank you to St Mary's. It's been a fierce competition all year, and unfortunately for you guys, we got on top of you tonight. Nightcliff boys, awesome effort. Just so proud of you boys. Special thanks to AFL NT, the umpires tonight, all our supporters throughout the club, the helpers. These boys can't get on the paddock without you guys. So thank you very much. We're right in the crowd. Thank you.
Can someone just bring over his glasses?
Alright, I'll have a crack at this. Aussie. Johnny. Xavier. Riley Wood. Jaden. Hamish. Fierce. Brady. Phoenix. Louis. One of our captains, Daniel Quinn. Came to him. Ethan. Henry. Josh. Harry. Luke. Lafika. Cooper. Mateo, another captain. Kane. So. Ian. Another one of our captains, Stanley Cox.
All right, and of course, a premiership medallion for the under-18 boys Nightcliff coach. And if we can have captain or captains come up to officially receive the premiership cup and the flag.
We just call up Stewie Carr, Big Neuhaus. Up the front, boys, with the cup.